Hey everyone, welcome back. Again, I'm Megs, your Lead Sideline Technique Coach. This is video number 3. In this video, we will be focusing on our flexibility as well as stretching. Make sure you go back and watch our videos, number 1, which includes a warm-up, and number 2, which includes our conditioning and strengthening for our legs and our feet. Now, before we get started, please make sure you listen to my cues, and body alignment is so important. So I will continually be telling you to push your shoulders down, your stomach in, your bottom under. Now this video is very important as well because at any pro cheer or dance audition prep class convention, they will take you through a warm-up as well as a stretch. And this is a very good example that you can get comfortable with. Let's get started. Breathe out. One more time, plie. And out, second position, stomach in, bottom turned under. We're gonna reach slightly out, keeping our shoulders and our hips in line. Make sure we're not going too far. You wanna hold everything in. And up, to the side, now flat back. Making sure you keep your head in line with your arm and in line with your spine so you're stretching correctly. Big mistake, people always lift their head up. Keep it in line. And contract. And nose to your knee. Now plie your left leg. Good, and up. Parallel your feet and your hips, making sure we're right over top of this leg. Now lunge, making sure our knee is over our ankle and reach your right arm up. Now drop your arm and reach for your back heel. Now both hands down, one hand on each side of your foot. Now drop your back knee and shoulders come up. Make sure our hips are right out underneath our shoulders, and we're gonna turn our front leg out and we're gonna push forward. You should feel a nice stretch. Now come back up, turn our leg back to parallel, and we're gonna bend over at our waist, straightening our front leg, and we're gonna reach over, dropping your head, pulling our weight down. Keep in mind that my hip is still lifted off the ground, and I'm just over from our waist. Good, now come back up to a lunge. Keep in mind that our knee is not past our ankle. Should make a perfect 90 degrees. Good, now turn your leg out, put both hands on the inside, and drop to your elbows. Our back leg is still straight and it's still lifted off the floor. Now come back up, put one hand on each. We're gonna lift our hips and we're gonna go over. Try and keep your heel down on the ground. Our left leg is pointed and our foot is pointed. Good, now come up and parallel second. Now walk your feet in. A nice plie. And roll up slowly. Good, now let's go ahead and do the other side. Stand in parallel second. Shoulders down, stomach in, bottom tucked under. We're gonna reach slightly to the right and we're gonna go over to the left, making sure our stomach and our bottom is still pulled in. You don't wanna if you let it go, you'll go over too far. Good, up, and turn out, and flat back, keeping our head in line with our spine. Good. now contract and nose to our knee. Plie your right leg. Extend and shift to parallel. Both feet should be parallel and our hips should be stacked right on top. Our shoulders are over our hips. Good, now lunge. Making sure that our knee is not beyond our ankle. Back leg is straight and reach the ceiling. And next we're gonna drop our arm to our back foot. You should feel a deeper stretch as you rotate your shoulders. Good, both hands down, put your back knee down, and come up, hands on hips, turn your front leg out and push forward. You should feel a deep stretch. And up, come back to parallel. Hands, we're gonna lean over by our waist, sit on top of our foot. Hips are still raised. And bend over from your waist, head this down. Now back up to a lunge. Good, turn your front leg out. Hands on one side, drop your elbows, make sure that leg is turned out. And come back up, and we're gonna lift over. Whoop. Make sure, try and keep this back heel down. Our right leg is straight and our foot is pointed. Very good. Now from here, we're just gonna go ahead and sit and bring our legs to parallel. Straight out in front of you, pike position. Shoulders are down, stomach is in. Come arms up through high fifth, and we're gonna lift over and collapse. Always making sure you're dropping your head. That's a lot of weight that can help you pull you down. Important to breathe through every stretch. Good, now come up. And flex, go down and grab your feet. Now point through your feet, reach out and come up. This time we're gonna go over, we're gonna grab the outside of our arches, we're gonna drop our head and we're gonna pull our spine backwards. It's gonna stretch every single vertebrae out. Good, next thing, we're gonna go out to second position, and out and reach over. Same thing as before, our stomach is pulled in. We're still in turned out. And up, flat back over your leg. And walk around. And other side. Stomach is still pulled in. And up, flat back to the diagonal. And walk to center. Go ahead and hang out in center for a second. Good, now come in. Lastly, we will do our splits. So right leg out, go ahead and bring your left leg back into a jazz split, and up and over top of your leg. And go ahead and lean back. The focus on this is to stretch right here. Now we're going to reverse it, and we're going to pull our right leg in, and our back leg's out. In yoga, this is called pigeon pose. And slide into your split. And you want to make sure you hold that for about 2 8 counts. You want to focus on bringing your back hip parallel to the wall that you're looking at. Keeping both legs straight and both feet are pointed. We're going to lean over from our waist. Hold that for about an 8 count. Good. Now arch. If you're young and flexible. And still focusing on getting our left hip wrapped around. Good. Left leg. Always make sure you do both legs. Left leg is out. Fold over from your waist. Good. Now lean back. And we're focusing on stretching this part of our leg as well as our hip. Point our feet, straightening our leg. Good. Now switching to pigeon pose. Trying to push this opposite hip down to the ground. Good. Now slide into your left split. I'm going to hold it for 2 8 counts. Now we're going to bend over our leg. And now we're going to arch back as best as you can. All right, and come out of it. And that is your stretch portion of this video.